We are here in Montego Bay, Jamaica, a jewel of the Caribbean. Now prepare to witness the dawn of something extraordinary. We are here at the exact plot of land where a $700 million architectural marvel will be constructed. It is the site for the Moon Palace Grand Montego Bay. We are literally on the ground where this 33-story game-changing resort will be constructed. Ground has been recently broken for this massive development. The Moon Palace Grand Montego Bay will be the tallest resort ever constructed in Jamaica. Welcome back to Good Life in Jamaica. Today we're in Montego Bay and we're on our way to the site where the Moon Palace Grand Montego Bay will be constructed, just outside the Rose Hall area here in Success, St. James. This entire stretch here is what I now dub the Las Vegas Strip of Jamaica, and it will be home to a number of different hotels, including the Hard Rock Hotel and the Unico Hotel. But first, let us stop and look at the area where the Moon Palace Grand Montego Bay will be constructed. If this is your first time here on our channel, do remember to tap that subscribe button and tap the like button to like our videos so that you don't miss out on news on infrastructural developments here in Jamaica. So we are here right next to where the Hard Rock Hotel and the Unico Hotel is being constructed, and the Moon Palace Grand Montego Bay will join them right here along this elegant corridor to improve the tourism product in this area. Prime Minister Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness on Monday, August 11, 2025 broke ground for the US $700 million Moon Palace, the Grand Montego Bay, right here in Success, St. James. The luxury resort being developed by Palace Resort is set to redefine hospitality in the Caribbean and will generate 3,000 jobs upon completion. The Grand will feature 1,200 luxury suites, including overwater bungalows, more than 13 specialty restaurants, a unique water park, the largest spa in the country, and a variety of high-end entertainment options. It will blend world-class amenities with authentic Jamaican culture and heritage. This will position Montego Bay and Jamaica, by extension, as an even more competitive destination in the global tourism market. The Montego Bay project will be the resort chain's second Jamaican hotel. Already, the group operates the over 700-room Moon Palace Jamaica Grand in Ocho St. Anne. So over in the distance there we can see the Sea Castle Resort, just giving you an idea of the location where the Moon Palace will be constructed. And right here is where the groundbreaking ceremony took place. And as I previously stated, this area will be the new tourism hotspot. I call it the Las Vegas Strip of Jamaica. The Moon Palace will join the Hard Rock Hotel. There will also be the Unico Hotel. The Moon Palace Grand Montego Bay will be the icing on the cake. So even though land clearing has been done on this site, I love the fact that not all trees were cleared. Select trees were left standing on this property, at least for now. But the development's most talked about feature is not in its blueprints. It is the US $5 million that Palace Resorts will be putting into housing, education, and public recreation for the surrounding community. The Palace Resort CEO announced that the company has purchased 28 acres to build staff housing and will fund upgrades to the John Wallins Success Primary School and the redevelopment of Success Beach in Rose Hall into a world-class public facility. Here we are looking at lands across the road from where the Moon Palace Resort will be located. This could potentially be some of the areas where the housing for the workers would be constructed. The housing commitment addresses one of the North Coast's long-standing challenges: For decades, many hotel workers have faced long commutes from distant communities due to the lack of affordable housing near resort areas. As we're driving here right beside the area for the Moon Palace Resort, the 33-story hotel will eclipse the Jamaica Pegasus, which is 18 floors, as the nation's tallest hotel. With the multiple hotel projects planned for the Rose Hall Success Corridor, Bartlett estimates that the area will soon have 10,000 rooms and more than 25,000 tourism jobs.
At a staggering US $700 million, this Moon Palace Resort in Montego Bay will not just be big, it will be monumental. With 1,200 luxury suites, including exclusive over-water bungalows, more than 13 specialty restaurants, a unique water park, the largest spa in Jamaica, and even a flow rider surf simulator, it's an unmatched spectacle of inclusivity and indulgence. Towers rising to 33 floors, the tallest in Jamaica. That's Montego Bay's skyline forever transformed. This is more than glamorous design. This is social impact. 3,000 jobs are projected when the resort opens. When Moon Palace Resorts double down, from an original US $250 million investment in Ocho Rios to US $700 million here, it showed unwavering confidence in Jamaica's people and potential. This project is about building communities, not just a resort. The company plans to build 500 staff apartments on 28 acres to help workers live near their jobs, ending long commutes and nurturing genuine smiles.
All the people who I speak to here who are in tourism have been very clear that they must invest in the workers so that they can increase their productivity, so that they can increase value, which can be fairly shared between workers and capital. That is a must. And in a Jamaican circumstance with the Jamaican history, any smart investor would readily recognize the importance of taking this advice from the government. In fact, following this direction from the government. And that comes down to, for example, our entertainers who complain bitterly that sometimes they are left out and not given their acknowledgement and the respect that they deserve. And everything must be done to ensure that our entertainers are an integral and supported part of the tourism product. I mean, whenever you hear about Jamaica, the next thing is reggae and Bob Marley, and you can't separate those things from the product. It has to be in the product. Same thing with our taxi drivers.
so this is a journey now going back to Montego Bay. We're heading from right here in Success St. James, where the Moon Palace Grand will be constructed, and we'll be heading straight to the Sangster International Airport so that you can see the exact journey between the airport and the Moon Palace Hotel. Again, do remember to tap that subscribe button, tap the thumbs up button to like the video, and let's head out now on the road straight to the Sangster International Airport.
Jamaica.